Welcome back to the Division II Wrestling Championships in Kearney, Nebraska, the home of the University of Nebraska Kearney Lopers. We are through 5 matches, and we have crowned 5 champions through 157. And a brief intermission now. You know, on Thursday, the Division II Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony was held right here in Kearney, with 5 individuals creating the 12th class of inductees. This class included 3 athletes from the University of Central Oklahoma, 1 from the University of Northern Iowa, and 1 from the University of Nebraska at Kearney. The only member unable to attend the ceremony was former Northern Iowa great Bill Dotson. Here's a look at this year's class of inductees.
Welcome, another new member of the Hall of Fame, Mr. Mike Kime.
Mike Kime spent 2 years in junior college before coming to the University of Central Oklahoma, where he stepped in as a junior at 134 in 92-93. He captured the Midwest Regional title and advanced to the national finals before suffering his only Division II loss in settling for runner-up honors.
It's an incredible honor to be selected through the committee. I know the people that have been selected before me, incredible wrestlers, people of the sport. It's an honor. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Kime ended his career with a 33-match winning streak that ranks as the 3rd longest at UCO. Todd Drake won the Midwest Regional title and prevailed in 3 overtime matches en route to a 3rd-place national tournament finish as a sophomore in 1991.
It's a wonderful individual award, but as I reflect back, there's so many people responsible for helping me get to this point. You know, being my parents, you know, getting me up on the Saturday mornings, going to the wrestling tournaments at 5 in the morning, and you know, getting me there to get me into the sport.
Drake capped his stellar career in storybook fashion as a senior in 92-93 and helping UCO to its 2nd straight team title.
From the University of Central Oklahoma, Mr. Wes White.
Wes White started his collegiate career at Division I power Oklahoma State, earning All-America honors before a series of medical problems forced him to retire after the 88-89 season. White sat out until the fall of 1992 before deciding to return to school at the University of Central Oklahoma. Despite a medical condition that continued to cause a myriad of problems, Wes stepped into the lineup at 158 and had an immediate impact with his falls in the first 2 matches and claimed the Midwest Regional title.
I decided through some talking to that I might want to consider coming back. Through doctors telling me I couldn't, through my mother slapping a doctor said my son can do anything he puts his mind to.
He finished his 2-year UCO career with a 45-13 record, including a perfect 25-0 mark his senior season.
I wouldn't be in here unless the people that was around me that helped me through the hard times and the good times.
And the last member of the 2007 class is University of Nebraska at Kearney alumni Ali Ilyas, known as Ali Amiri Ilyasi in his Kearney days. Prior to coming to UNK, Ilyas was an 8-time Iranian team member and a 5-time Iranian national champion.
Ali Ilyasi, ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame.
I left Iran in 1984 and I went to Germany. In 1987, I came to Nebraska with German team. I was recruited by Omaha and by Kearney, Nebraska, by Dr. Scanlon. After 2 years, I decided to come and wrestle for Kearney.
Elias finished his freshman campaign in 1990 by winning the NAIA national title at 150 pounds. He followed with a first-place finish at the NCAA Division II National Championships.
I never took anything for granted in life. It was no shortcut in life for me. I came from a poor family. I had with me 8 brothers and 2 sisters. I was always training hard and trying to study 7-8 hours a day. Winning national, it was 4 match. For 6 minutes, it was 24 minutes. But taking me there took me hours, hundreds of hours training and injury and going to the training room, icing your body.
Battling serious injuries, he was then a runner-up in 1992 and placed 3rd in 93.
I can call myself a hard-headed person. and sometimes it's not right in life. I could damage my knee and be on wheelchair for the rest of my life, but I never thought about it. I said, that denial never happens to me. Happens to everybody else, not me. I'm gonna be okay.
The only Loper to win 2 national titles, Elias still has the best career winning percentage in school history. And at the time of his graduation, he held UNK records for wins in a career and a single season.
It's everything I have. My friends, my life, my job, my attitude, I own it to UNK.
Elias, the Lopers' first 4-time All-American, finished with a record of 121 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie. And Jeff, you actually had an opportunity to coach Elias when he was at UNK.
Yes, it was a great honor to work with him. Of course, he taught me more than I ever taught him. And what he's done for wrestling, what wrestling has done for that man is just, it's inspirational from where he came and what he's done. He owes his life to wrestling, and he's giving it back to the sport every day of his life. He's a great young man.
What a great story. Well, there's more wrestling to come. 5 more matches still to go at the Division II Wrestling Championships. We'll have it all right back here in Kearney, Nebraska. And welcome back to Kearney, Nebraska, this quaint little town right in the heart of the state of Nebraska, host to the NCAA Division II National Wrestling Championships. By the way, this isn't all they'll host. They're going to host the Elite 8 coming up in 2 weeks. One site hosting not only the National Wrestling Championships, but the National Women's Basketball Tournament as well in Division II. It will be a busy, busy week for the staff and folks here in Kearney, Nebraska. Let's get things going again on the mat. For 165, we head back to Todd Hibbs.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to resume action with a championship match at 165 pounds. He'll wrestle from the red corner, a sophomore from Chadron State, Brett Hunter. And wrestling from the green corner, a junior from Minnesota State, Mankato, Andy Pickar.
Your referee for this match, Pat Fitzgerald. From Edmond, Oklahoma, the assistant referee, Don Poya from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
So this your 165-pound battle between Hunter, ranked 5th nationally coming in, and Andy Pickar, who is seated and ranked #1 out of Minnesota State.
Another rematch we've got here. These guys have met once before this year in the national dual meet, where Pickar beat Hunter 4-0. Hunter's had a great tournament this week. He's a sophomore, again, ranked 5th. He defeated a national champion in the quarterfinals to get to this point. Nate Baker from Minnesota State University, Moorhead. Very deserving to be in this position. Another good match that we've been looking forward to.
Brent Hunter from Chadron State. He's a sophomore out of Rushville, Nebraska. Tried to get in on the single leg. Pickar counters.
Does a good job of driving, doing a low shot, just keeps driving through it. He's trying to set a pace here. Brent from Rushville, Nebraska, a town of right around 1,000 people. They don't even have a high school there anymore. They're co-oping with another local school, so he's representing his team very well, his town.
Pat Fitzgerald, your referee from Edmond, Oklahoma. Assistant Dan Poha from Colorado Springs.
Andy Pickar, a 2-time state champion, as is Brent Hunter, Minnesota State champ. Wrestling for Jim Mahosky from Minnesota State. Great coach there. His team has been consistent in the top 10. He's developing a program there like Coach Denny has at Nebraska Omaha and Coach James at Central Oklahoma. He's got a good program. They came in ranked I think as high as #2. And he's got 5 All-Americans to show for it this week.
Well, and I think coming into this these duels, a lot of people, or this championships, a lot felt that Minnesota State would be right there in the middle of that team championship race.
Yeah, you know, they had a couple of top-seeded kids that were knocked off early. And as Central Oklahoma started off sprinting, Minnesota State just had a struggle at the beginning, and they've come back with some good key individuals. They've had a good tournament, all in all.
Pickar is a junior out of Brainerd High School, 23-1 on the year. Only loss coming to Zach Lee in a duel, and he beat Lee in the semifinals 2-1. So Pickar avenging his only loss of the year in the semifinals, that coming to Zach Lee. And one more time a stalemate. So 1:10 to go here in this opening period between Pickar and Hunter. Those of you who've followed NCAA Division II athletics for a long time, you might remember Mankato State. Mankato State of North Central Conference and around for a long time. This is the old Mankato State. It's now Minnesota State, and they prefer to be referred to as Minnesota State.
I followed Brent Hunter. Of course, here Rushville's about 90 miles from my hometown, so I was lucky enough to follow him in junior wrestling, little kids wrestling, and his high school career being a 4-time state placer, 2-time state champion. And he's really transformed his body. He's much, you can tell they got him on a nice weight program. Shoots on a power double, blows right through him. Just haven't given any points yet. Can a scramble position?
Still trying to get control.
There, he got it. Back points, he's pinned.
And he's got it. The pin, Brett Hunter from Chadron State is your champ.
He did a power double, blew right through him. They got into a scramble. He put him on his back, and he was pinned. He was flat. What a match. Our first pin of the championships.
The fall coming at 2:37 of the first period. Congratulations, Brett Hunter, a national champion.
Chadron State College in a little town of 3,600 people in Chadron, Nebraska is celebrating.
One more look at it.
Boy, he was flat. It didn't show the takedown on him, just a straight power double leg.
Happened very quickly. Let's go down to the new national champion with Seth.
Brett, that turned pretty quick, sticking him with a pin. Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah, I've wrestled before, and he's a tough kid. Just got in the scramble, and I ended up on top and got the pin.
And then winning it in front of the home Nebraska folks, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of fans here, a lot of the wrestlers painted their chests and stuff, and that helped a lot.
Brett, congratulations, great job.
And what a tournament it's been, what a championship it's been for Chadron State, and Brent Hunter puts the icing on top of it with the national title and the pin at 165. So we'll be back with more wrestling from Kearney, Nebraska at the NCAA Division II National Championships.